Hello everybody, how you doing? So this is really interesting, and I thought you lot should actually see this, my subscribers, especially the Farages that come to my channel and tell me that the Reform Party is our only option. If you still have an ounce of critical thinking left within you, then you should seriously look at this and think to yourselves, what is going on? Right, so this is Andrew Bridgen. Expect Nigel Farage to come out all guns blazing against Starmer's EU Defence Pact, EU Defence and Security, a union. Now the deal has been done, he knew about this over 2 years ago, he's referring to Nigel Farage, because I told him, but he was not willing to speak about it until it was too late. Just because your political leaders treat you like sheep, you don't have to act like sheep. So there's some serious questions to ask about this. Right, so if Nigel Farage knew that this was happening 2 years ago and did nothing about it, you've got to ask yourself the question, why? After all, Brexit was kind of his baby. This was his thing. This is the one thing that he supposedly cares about, but yet he's done nothing about it to stop it from being reversed. Now, I've seen posts on X today suggesting that people could have brought a court case like the one that Gina Miller brought against Boris Johnson when he was going to go hard Brexit on the EU. Well, I don't believe that for 1 minute, but there you go. And she took him, well, the UK government at the time, to the Supreme Court, and she forced the deal to be put up for debate in Parliament and for people to vote on it. Keir Starmer's done a similar thing here with this treaty. He's basically circumvented Parliament. He's not put it up for a debate in Parliament because he's treated it like a treaty. So what could happen is this could be taken to court and challenged. And before you say, well, it's no use, they'll never challenge it. Gina Miller won. And we have 5 MPs in Parliament now whose job it is to make sure that Brexit is done, and that would be the Reform Party. And then we also have Rupert Lowe in there as well. So why hasn't Nigel Farage for the last 2 years been preparing a court case against this? He knew it was happening, he could have stopped it, he could have got a court case together, ready, and then said, right, if they try and do this, we'll take them to court and we'll force them to bring it to Parliament for a debate. And, you know, have the MPs vote on it. And they could have done that. They could have like tweaked it. They could have, you know, made sure there were certain clauses within that treaty that were in there to make sure that we got a better deal. That didn't happen. And Nigel Farage hasn't ensured that that happened. So you have to ask yourself, right, all the people that come to my channel in my comment sections and say, the Reform Party is our only option, they're going to save the country. Yet at every opportunity they have to save the country, they fail. They don't do it. They just leave it. They're not interested for some reason. And this is the main issue that Nigel Farage basically came into politics for, was to get Brexit done. So why hasn't he challenged this? And like Andrew Bridgen said, he's going to come out all guns blazing now the deal is done. He'll complain to high heaven about what Starmer has done, and it's just all pantomime. It is. It's just pantomime. It's just for your benefit. The Reform Party isn't going to reform anything, and this is case in point right here. They could have done something about this. They didn't. Now you need to go and ask yourselves, if you're honest and you've got critical thinking, why didn't they do anything about this? Serious questions need to be answered of the Reform Party. Why didn't they attempt to stop this? They could have done legally, just as Gina Miller did to Boris Johnson regarding the Brexit deal, but didn't. Something you got to think about, something you got to ask yourselves. Anyway, this is Vindicator, sign off. I shall see you in the next video.